So that's the biggest problem with the Lakers. You need defenders. Okay? And, to Anthony Davis, man, way to get it in. Way to get it in. They talk the talk, they walk the walk, but that's not the game. You got Big AD getting out there getting 3 blocks a game. And let me be honest with you. Okay? And I'm going to keep it real. And this Coach Ham, I'm going to tell Jeanie, and I'm going to tell Rob, some of these guys ain't had a block since last 3 Christmas. Okay, there's been 3 Christmas. And what's going on with the Lakers, man, is you got too much of too many guys thinking they need to be playing with the basketball. Okay? That ain't the game. Okay? But that ain't the problem. Okay? Because here's the deal. The problem's got to start with the big dog. Okay? That's LeBron James. Okay? And I'll tell you this. If you haven't seen my report, take a look at it. Because Sacramento's got the same problem. Okay? They got the De'Aaron Fox. The usage is too high. The usage is too high. Okay, I'm looking at the Lakers business model and I'm looking at these people on the floor. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. I mean, you can't have LeBron going out every night getting 35, 38 points. Okay, because here's what goes down with that. And just back it up and call it what it is, LeBron. On this one, you already passed the scoring record. And if your usage is that high, let me tell you what happens with the Lakers every time they play. They get out the gate fast. Okay, but them other guys who are playing as a team, not as individuals, they just slowly keep it back in the game. So you know what? They know when it gets about 5 minutes in the quarter, in the fourth, they know the Lakers are going to be out of gas. We're going to go ahead and run it out. That's the problem. Okay, now, if I was told correctly, I was told 2 things, really. I was told if LeBron comes from the east to the west, he ain't going to win. And that's been pretty much a fact. Okay, he got out there with the 1, but they ain't giving him no more unless that usage got to come down. Now, Big Magic, you might have to call Julius on this one. And Magic, let me tell you why you might have to call Julius. Because that's a big dog, LeBron. Okay, and when you get to dealing with somebody like LeBron, man, that dude get coaches fired. Okay, he ain't going nowhere. Okay, but it ain't Ham. Okay, and Rob Pelinka, this ain't that part of the business. This some dirty business relationship, needs to be cleaned up, needs to be turned around, okay? But you can't go get players for trades. You bring in Gabe Vincent, man. You know what Gabe Vincent did in Miami. Let me tell you what Gabe Vincent did in Miami. And this to the Laker players, okay? Gabe Vincent went out there and played defense, defense, defense. You know why Rouse liked him? Because he played defense, okay? He didn't jack no shots up. Okay, until it was down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the clock. And he was clutch. And you know what, Rouse, I call him Rouse. Let me tell you why I call him Rouse. Because at AT&T, we had a kickoff. And every year, AT&T management kickoff, they bring in somebody to speak. And by the time it came down, every year, we're either falling asleep or figuring out who's coming in. Well, this year, they brought the big dog, Magic Johnson. So I sit down and listen to Magic Johnson's business principles, AT&T National Business Markets. He talked about an hour. Okay, let me tell you guys, he's way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. In fact, when he came back to the Lakers, for every business Magic owned, he was doing the Lakers a favor. Okay, and you're trying to tell me you need him to go out and look at teams play or get on the road and travel? Have you lost your mind? Okay, Jeanie Bus, this ain't that part of the business. And you can't bring a man in, a big dog like LeBron, then the man who went and got him, he's out the organization. Now you got the big dog running wild because ain't nobody checked the big dog. So think about this. And you know, Rob, you're doing a good job. When you make a trade, man, you better have somebody there to check that dude. Because if there ain't nobody in the building to check him, he's gonna be buck out of control. Okay, and this ain't no routine game. This ain't no routine player. You talk about LeBron. So here's where it goes, because I brought up Hashem, and LeBron went down to play for the Soldiers. So, you know, we know what it is. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I go too far back in this game. And when I started laying it, you know, we talk about Hal Pastner, Josh Pastner. We talk about Pat Barrett. We talk about my boy Joe Carroll. I can even talk about my boy Master P. Okay? Because this ain't that. This is what I'm talking about, Rob, when I say it's not a part of that game. This is what you got. You know what? Me and Master P, man, and I got my boy Big Paul, the original soldier. We done down and played the P. Miller Ballers. Let me tell you what went down with that. Me and Master P had to square up on the court, okay? Because here I come from the Bay, and here he come from New Orleans, okay? So you got two cats in the gym. We ain't backing down. So you know what? And this is when he had DeMar DeRozan. Okay, I'm going to talk to you right. DeMar was a sophomore, but that didn't matter. Me and Big Paul, we don't have no problem. We go anywhere, okay? Because when you roll with somebody, you got to know they're going to get through the battle, okay? Because they got to check you out, okay? So me and P squared up. He say, what, you going to be the referee or the police? I say, I'm going to do what I got to do to win the game, okay? Now, when you rolling with P can get the jump out boys on you. It's going to be about 50 cats jump out because, I ain't going nowhere. So if you ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. And then you know what this is all about? This is about Big Baby. Big Baby had found out, but Big P, I tell you this story because P's like Magic Johnson. You ain't going to lose or beat P, period. So what P do? He went on to the scorebooks, had it changed, found out player, put him back in. Okay, the point I'm trying to tell you here, Rob Pelinka, that's a different part of the business. And then me and P have a relationship. So Magic went out there and got these guys. You can't do the dirty business. And Jeanie, you got to fix that. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's got to be taken care of. But here's the thing. It ain't going to be fixed unless the big dog decides I didn't score enough. Because that's the problem. All right. And one thing I tell you about Magic Johnson, let me run it back. Because my organization in Sacramento, my whole organization, grassroots, you know what it's called? Showtime. You know why it's called Showtime? Because of Magic Johnson. Let me tell you what Magic did. Magic came out 6'9", he won in high school. He went to Michigan State, he won. Okay? He went over there and came into the Lakers, he won. Okay? You say, have no fear, Magic is here. You see all that hardware? I know others have added on to it, but there wasn't nothing sitting there until the Magic Man got there. So let me explain this, folks, because this ain't that part of the business. How man gonna win you 5 championships, he can't come in your building? How you gonna be able to talk about this man? Jeanie, check that. Check that. If Magic come in the building, don't nobody say nothing to Magic. Ain't nobody got no right to talk to Magic any kind of way, okay? Because what he did, and he can do more, because you need him to check with the big fella, okay? And the big fella, the big dog, and Magic might need to get on the plane and go see Julius. Because, in 82, 83, Julius kind of had the same situation, but Julius had so many stars, he said, man, I gotta lay back. That's the same thing I'm telling you about LeBron. LeBron, you gotta lay back, because you can't get 30 every night and win no chip. That ain't happening when you play against guys in the West. They're going to take you down, and you ain't got enough stars. But I will tell you this, some of these guys can play, okay? But also I tell you this, some of these guys' assist to turnover ratio, they shouldn't even be in the league, okay? If you ain't got no rebounds and no blocks, if you played for me, you on the bench. Big Paul tell you that. Man, you ain't going to come out here and shoot the ball all night long. That ain't going to win no chip. And I say this, folks, to really break it down, because Sacramento Kings have the same problem. You know what that problem is? You got somebody with the ball in their hands, and they got too much usage going on. Okay, so what ends up happening? Everybody stands around, your spacing gets horrible, everything doesn't click. And, back in the day when we played ball, man, the number one thing, if you scored a bucket, it was how fast you could sprint back. And I come from the combustion of hoop. And when I say the combustion, man, our whole high school league was an NBA draft. I mean, when you get Cal, you get City College of San Francisco, Brad Dugan, you sitting over there with USF number 1. I mean, I see Brad Dugan almost knock a cat out because, USF had Eric Booker. They couldn't get him in. They snatched Corsetti. I thought Brad gonna knock the dude out. I thought about Brad Dugan. So anyway, I only say this to tell you, man, is you got to change that. You got Gabe Vincent in there. You looking good, but all these trades, man, there ain't but 400 guys in the NBA. And I guarantee you this, you look at every trade and what the Lakers players did when they were there and what the Laker play did when they left. The numbers go up. The big dog numbers got to come down. That's LeBron James. All right, and LeBron, at the end of the day, you got to make a choice. Because, I can't put this on him, and let me tell you why. Because there's no way I could have a big dog, billion-dollar player. I got a player here that's got the highest IQ in basketball. Coaches have said the highest IQ. But here's where it starts. And Anthony Davis laid it out when he first got there. Anthony Davis laid it out. This your homeboy. This your road dog. He said, I'm going to commit the defense. The question when he first got there was, is LeBron going to commit the defense? That's the Lakers' problem. And can't no man do that with Magic Johnson. But here's what's happening. If you don't hey, the game has changed. There's billionaires in here. Okay, and Jeanie, you can either fix this now and get it back, because you got to go. Eventually, the Lakers going to have a drought. Okay, that's going to happen. But let me tell you, everybody does. The Warriors, man, you could love the Warriors today, but man, we had a 40-year drought. Okay, a 40-year drought. Okay, that's a long time. Everybody's going to go through the drought. But L.A., let me tell you what Dr. Buss always did. He brought the babies in, homegrown. That was what he did. This trade stuff, that wasn't Dr. Buss. Man, if you look at it, Byron Scott, man, we got James Worthy, okay? And when it comes to making trades, man, if I'm looking at the legacy right, man, and Dr. Buss was about to send Worthy out the door, and here come West, man, stop that. Were you crazy? Man, some of these cats you traded. Man, I look at Kuzma. I mean, come on, man. Look at New Orleans. Come on, guys. The trade ain't the key. And that's why I tell Rob, this ain't that part of the business. This is that part about respect. See, this is a respect thing, all right? Because you can't have me go get you players, and then you go backstab and see. And Jeanie, I'm going to tell you something about this hoop game. Throw the analytics out the window, because this ain't that part, okay? You got to utilize what you have. The big dog usage needs to come down, because you keep burning through players and coaches until LeBron retires, and by then you're going to have to go back to the draft like everybody else, okay? You got to go to the draft. The teams that have won chips have went to the draft. And I only say that to say what? Golden State Warriors got their guys to the draft, okay? Now all of a sudden we trade happy that now we waiting on a trade and this. At some point, these guys are going to have to sit back and they're going to have to figure this out and they're going to have to play. But I'm only telling you this for one reason, okay? Because this ain't that part of the business. And when you get in there and you get a situation that's unfixable, there ain't but one man walking around that can fix this. I'm going to make it real easy on you. His name is Magic Johnson, okay? But you got to set the table. Because like I said, Dr. Buss was a poker player. We played Texas Hold'em. And when you play Texas Hold'em, you can look at a man's hands, you can look at a man's eye, you can look at his soul. Because he's trying to represent he's got a flush and he got two pairs. That's what's going on right now. Everybody that's taking the court for the Lakers think they got a flush. And let me tell you something about Reeves. Man, we gave you a contract, gave you a little money not to go in there to play 40 minutes. Because let me tell you about the usage. And this is where you need Magic. There ain't no way in the world a player can play 40 minutes and say he's playing defense. The problem ain't Ham. Ham's about the defense. The problem is you got his hands locked. You got his hands locked. You got to let his hands go, okay? And you got to check some cats at the door, okay? Because, man, I'm going to tell you, I ain't into analytics. There's a bigger problem going on, and the problem is the big dog. Because you ain't got nobody to check the big dog. That's why Dr. Buss gave Magic to 25 years. And if he was living today, he'd give him another 25 years. Because of problems just like this. Because you got to go back to where you started. Just like I told the Dallas Cowboys. You got to get Jimmy back in the building. The Lakers, you want to win. If you want to win, I'll say it 3 times. If you want to win, you ain't winning without Magic Johnson. And let me tell you why. Because it started with him, and it's going to finish with him. And if anybody in that building won a high school championship, won a college championship, and then walked through the door and won an NBA championship, is anybody in that building that could do that? Then you know you ain't got no business checking him, okay? He done it, okay? And Pat Riley, let me tell you something about Pat Riley. Pat Riley's a defensive fanatic, okay? You see when Riles, that's what Magic called him, Riles. You see when Riles left the Lakers? Man, he was so fanatic. He went over there and had the New York Knicks scoring 65 points and the opposing team scoring 63. Folks, this is about defense. That's what Ham does. But if you got his hands tied and every cat on the roster can jack a shot, you want to talk about lineup, and I heard another thing, and I ain't flying with this. If it's true, then I got a problem. You got agents calling the building, talking about their player minutes. Jeanie, you better get Magic to take them calls and tell them cats slow your brakes. Pump, you better not call me again. Okay, don't you ever call my office talking about a player minutes. That ain't how the NBA roll. Ain't no agent gonna call up like that and you gonna be able to force that hand. You only forcing that hand because you got Darvin hand force. But one thing Dr. Buss told Pat Riley, man, go ahead and coach the team. If you're gonna bring Ham and let him coach, let him check these guys. And let them guys go head to head because Ham ain't gonna back down. And these guys ain't playing no defense. See, all these shots going up, ain't no defense. You got AD locking up, but ain't nobody playing no defense. And another thing I'm going to tell you about this cat, Christian Wood. Man, y'all ain't even using Christian Wood. And again, here it goes back to Christian Wood. And I talk about him and Darren Johnson played with the Sixers on the G League. And Christian Wood can get you 25. Christian Wood can do more. But you know what? You guys are so happy. You got so many cats want the ball. I tell you what. I'll tell you the solution. We got to trade some of them cats out that want to shoot the ball. You just trade them out, man. You go get cats average you 8, 9, 10 points a game. Okay, you got to bring that usage down because y'all ain't got the legs to go up and down like these young cats. You got to get them out the building. Okay, that's really what's going on with the Lakers. And I'll be honest. I mean, if you got agents calling the building, okay, this just reminds me of Paul Westhead and Rob Pelinka. I'll be honest. I mean, you got a guy with a philosophy, but this ain't that part of the business. And if you can't get it done, which is proven, and this ain't the first time the rodeos jumped off in front of Money Mike's, because I go way back. You know, and in corporate America, I look at Apple. You know, they had it all figured out, just like, you know, Lakers have all figured out. Guess what they did? They said, we don't need Steve Jobs anymore. Well, guess what? They had to come back and fix it. It's like you guys said you don't need Magic anymore. Guess what? He's got to come back and fix it. Now you gotta approach him differently. Because, see, there's 3 things that I know, okay? One thing that I don't play with and you don't play with me is my name, okay? And you ain't gonna never play with the name of Magic Johnson, okay? Don't play with a name, okay? That to me is you crossed the line, okay? And that's what y'all did. So when you started playing with Magic's name and started saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and move Luke Walton, and y'all gonna stop that? That's playing with a man's name. You brought him here to do a job. Let the man do his job, okay? And nobody checks Magic in the building. Anybody who checks Magic, you must have as much hardware as Magic. And if you ain't got as much hardware as Magic, okay, then you can't check him. And this ain't that part of the business. That's why Danny Ainge can go up there in Boston, build it up. Danny Ainge can go up to Utah. Because these guys have played the game. If you ain't played, don't act like you know what you're doing. Because Magic built that thing from the ground up. And I'll tell you what, Michael Cooper played defense. James Worthy played defense. Kurt Rambis, all that analytic and all, man, he played defense. This game, you want to win a chip, it's going to come through the defensive end. You got too many offensive guys. Get them out of there. If they ain't ready to ride or die with the Lakers and they ain't ready to play defense, okay, get them out of there. Because some of these guys' assist to turnovers is ridiculous. I ain't never seen so bad. And some of you guys that had, like I said, had a block since 3 Christmas ago. And you got your agent calling, asking for minutes? Man, get Magic in there and talk to them agents and stop that. No championship organization agents control the minutes. Come on, guys. Let's get it right, huh? It's the Los Angeles Lakers. And I say this to say, man, look. You run around here 18, 19, 19, and 19, well, whatever it is. Man, but this business of trading people and doing this, that ain't going to win you nothing. Okay, because the teams you facing, when you look at the West, okay, you ain't getting through none of that. So, Jeanie, I'm going to tell you this. You get rid of the guys, you tell them agents who call them, which one of you guys want to shoot the ball? Okay, that's what needs to happen. Which one of you guys want to shoot the ball? Get them out of there. If they want to shoot, get them out of there. Okay? And you're going to have to need Julius to show Big Dog, might need a little help there, Magic, to come on in and talk to him, because at the end of the day, Julius had to give up a lot to get a chip. He could share that with LeBron. Because I always told you, and I keep it 100, Julius, to me, the best to ever play the game. And I'm going to drop another little nugget on you tonight as I close. You know, because we're going to wrap up. That's my quick Laker meeting. Now I ask. I got a 6'6" guard, Darren Johnson, out of Sacramento, works out with Gabe Vincent every day. And they're trained by Gus Armstead. And I need y'all to take a look at it. And then I got the Shaw University women's softball. and they're going to need a couple pitching machines and some bats. So that's what we do. And of course, Stephen A. Smith, that's his road dog. George Knox is the athletic director at Shaw University. So that's an easy phone call. But we're going to get it right, and that's what it's going to do. And you know what? At the end of the day, and all these people, all the grassroots, man, sometimes it just comes to respect. And when you do some dirty business, you need to fix that, Jeanie. And then you need to let everybody know. You send a memo out. If Magic walks into this building, nobody checks him. Okay? Because that's what it was. He's homegrown. Ain't nobody had nothing. You met him when you guys were both young. When you both started, you're going to finish together. But ain't nobody going to come between him. Okay? Because Magic could do it all. In fact, Magic could be the president, the GM. He could do the whole 9 yards. The only problem with that, he don't got the time. Okay? Magic Johnson is a mogul businessman. That's what he is. Okay? But he's got, here's the things I'm going to tell you. When you have emotional intelligence, that's when a player like Magic is attached to the Lakers. Emotionally. And all of his intelligence is going to come in. When you have emotional presence, that's when he walks into the building, he walks in the arena, okay? Everybody knows that's Magic, okay? Here's the thing. When you use a man and you go out there and have him do dirty business for you, and then the dude you got that he went and got, you can't control that dirty business, now you turned it into emotional labor. That's why Magic say, look, if y'all ain't going to do this, what I need you to do, Walton, I need a different coach, then I'm going to walk out of here. I'm out. And they didn't know he was going to walk right into a press conference because that's what he does. Okay, you don't play with a man's name. And if you put my name on it, okay, Magic Johnson, then you got to let me do what I do. But don't put my name on it, and then all of a sudden you're going to take the power. Because this is what I'm talking about, Jeanie. That ain't that part of the business. And LeBron knows that. That was dirty business. Because the man that went and got me, he ain't even part of the organization. I can't talk to him. That's dirty business. So we're going to keep it pushing. You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. And we just did a business meeting with Jeanie Buss, Rob Pelinka, Magic Johnson, and Darvin Ham. It's an easy fix, but you got to bring the big dog in because 6'9" got to look at 6'9". They got to look each other in the eye. Okay, and ain't nobody in that building can look it in the eye. So here's what we want you to do. Work hard, believe in yourself, do your best, and never give up. And at the end of the day, each and every day, we're going to get better and better, and we're going to take you a little higher and higher. That's what we got for you. You're listening to the Money Mike's Syndicated Radio Podcast. We do what we do, and we let you do what you do. And that's what makes us so good. We'll see you soon.